Hello, everybody. Welcome to Scott's World News and Sports. Got a couple stories for you. Restaurant fined $25,000 for kicking out disabled veteran and service dog. And our first story is Bureau of Immigration deports 91 illegal Chinese workers in compliance with the directive of President Fernando Marcos Jr. to intensify the government's campaign against illegal offshore gaming operations. The Bureau of Immigration on Friday deported Chinese nationals arrested for working in unauthorized Philippine offshore gaming operator hubs. The group departed aboard a Philippine Airlines flight bound for China morning of September 19th. The said flight was arranged by the Chinese embassy, who assisted in the expedited deportation of the subjects. According to the BI, the deportees were part of the Chinese nationals who were earlier taken into custody during various interagency raid operations with the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commissions of POGO operations in Pasay and Paranag, as well as mining operations in Helmandhan. The Bureau clarified that others remain under government custody due to pending court cases and other legal incidents. BI Commissioner Joe Anthony Vallada said the deportation reflects the government's firm stance against illegal foreign workers. We remain steadfast in enforcing our immigration laws. Those who abuse their stay in the Philippines and engage in unlawful activities will be dealt with accordingly. The deportation was spearheaded by the BI's Deportation and Implementation Unit, the DIU, under Chief Attorney Alexei in coordination with law enforcement agencies. The Bureau assured that it will continue to coordinate with law enforcement and concerned agencies to implement the administration's directive against illegal POGO activities. They're just cracking down on them. They're getting them. They are taking care of business, that's for sure. So the second story is in the United States. A restaurant fined $25,000 for kicking out disabled veteran and service dog. A Lexington, Kentucky restaurant has been fined $25,000 by the Lexington Human Rights Commission for discriminating against a patron over her service dog. The woman, a disabled Navy veteran, was denied service and told to leave the Oasis Mediterranean restaurant in Chevy Chase in March 2023 because of her service dog. In an opinion on the incident, a hearing officer said the offense was intentional and it was severe. The officer said Oasis owner Ahmad Salah violated state regulations and city ordinances, and the fine amount was appropriate given the circumstances. Sarah Van Voren, now a Fayette County public school teacher, filed the complaint with the Lexington-Fayette County Human Rights Commission in 2023, alleging that she was discriminated against based on her disability after she was denied service at the restaurant due to the presence of her service animal. The commission investigated and issued a probable cause determination. On September 15th, the commission voted to adopt the order by the hearing officer. Salah has 30 days to appeal the order in Fayette Circuit Court and did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Van Voren was not immediately able to comment. This is a significant victory for the commission and Ms. Van Voren, whose only transgression was that day was wanting to enjoy a nice lunch while accompanied by her service dog. Raymond Sexton, executive director of the Lexington-Fayette County Human Rights Commission, said in a statement. Thursday, this case is a stark reminder that disabilities come in many forms, both seen and unseen. Our anti-discrimination laws exist to ensure that everyone, including the disability community, has equal access to employment, housing, and public accommodations, and our office will vigorously enforce them. According to the hearing officer's report, Salah unlawfully discriminated against Sarah Van Voren by failing to accommodate her at its restaurant. Specifically, the violation stemmed from the fact that even though Ms. Van Voren was a disabled individual accompanied by a service animal. Salah and Oasis refused to accommodate her request to use the restaurant's restroom and presumably the use of its buffet table. The report details how Van Voren, accompanied by her service blonde Labrador Mooney, entered the restaurant and was seated by Salah. When Van Voren and Mooney attempted to go to the restroom, Salah blocked her path and refused to allow them to pass by the buffet. Van Voren then documented on her phone camera Salah denying her service. Video provided by Van Voren showed that the dog was wearing a vest, labeling it as a service animal. After Van Voren filed her complaint, a second patron filed a similar complaint against Oasis. Danielle Burton, who uses a seeing eye dog, Violet, reported that when she visited the restaurant in June of 2024, she was denied access to the buffet with her dog. Salah, who testified on his own behalf, cited Health Department food care regulations as justification for his actions, according to the hearing officer's report. But Lexington-Fayette County Health Department regulations explicitly say escorted police patrol dogs and service animals are permitted in dining areas. During the course of his testimony, he did not show any signs of remorse. In fact, he expressed the opposite point of view, in that he didn't think he had to be nice to someone who was making a scene in his restaurant, according to the report. He attempted to say that he denied access only to Mooney, Van Voren's dog, but the hearing officer called that a distinction without a difference. Denial of the dog's ability to be with Miss Van Voren is a denial of service to Miss Van Voren. And the dude needs to be, I mean, that's the most they can go after him, I think, is 25,000. And that's what they find him was 25,000. Too bad it couldn't have been more or something else. How about some, have him go out and work with disabled veterans and do some charity work for them. Something like that, right? You know, come on, man. Get with the program. Be polite. Let's get it done. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day, great night. Whatever the case may be, we'll see you next time.